get the opportunity to see Boot take on Mouse Sports, both teams which are fighting for their lives. Elimination, it is the last chance for both of these teams to really get anything done. And this is where we are. Mirage, CT side for Mouse Sports, as that is their choosing. And Boot are going to have to fight an uphill battle, to say the very least.
And off to a strong start, but it's going to be Carrigan solo on the B side, looking just to stay alive for as long as possible. Takes Bobosaur down first, looking for more. The man is hungry. Rotations are coming out all the way through short as well. 2 men there, and 1 coming through Marker to back him up, but he's still alive. It's going to be Splashky getting the damage done. 2k for him, but Ropsy hits back onto Benkai. Now, all of a sudden, it's just going to be Chris J and Frozen last 2 alive. Alex and Splashky. Oh, it's just up to Alex now. He's only got 17 HP over on short pillar. Managing to stay alive. He takes the 1v1 with Chris J, but the CT's very spread apart now. As he will make his way back to site. Still has to retrieve that bomb, but Mouse Sports, every opportunity to keep their eyes on it, and the timing going to work out for them, but they're not going to be able to connect onto Alex. Double peeking together, it will work out. So nicely played by Mouse Sports in the end, as well as at the start of the round. Great hold there. Rops with the nice little 2k. Yep. And as we head into the second, Mouse Sports will be in the lead, but Boot, do they go for the force?
I feel like they're not really, it's not needed, right? They didn't get the bomb down, so they can't really afford to get anything very decent. You know, they're going to go for that nade stack. Please, please be in toward middle. Please give me the airstrike. And that's going to be Chris J and also Woxic facing it. Oh, this could be devastating if they actually hold their line right now, but they can't get the nades off in time. The smoke wasn't there to give them the room. Slushy.
They're given the Chris J special. That's what they're given.
Oh, no. I was so excited. I was like, yes, that's exactly what we need. The nades, rather, to go over the airstrike. They'll drop down both Chris J and Frozen. And Chris J just mops up. It's a sad time.
Janitorial duties, but just what Mouse Sports need to get off to a strong start. You could see Woxic as well, very confident there, just holding W and Mouse 1 all the way at the top of mid there with the MP9. Unfortunately, he was only able to find 1 of those 4 frags there, but now Boot, where are they going to head? It looks like they're very heavily invested over towards the B site. Carrigan here solo at the moment. Utility baited out, but so are the rotations. And you've got Chris J very aggressive towards the top of mid, able to hear for any rotations back to A. The bomb's still very deep as well. Boot, all their eggs in one basket. It's going to be Frozen to draw first blood as well, finding the angle there on a Bobosaur. Now the rest of the team just all grouped up, smokes everywhere, denying vision both ways, and the rotation's actually heading out towards A now.
Oh, the timing could have favoured Woxic had that smoke have dissipated a second earlier. He'll still get the information that 1's there. He goes for the aggressive peek. The bomb gets dropped down out of apps. And Carrigan taking down Devi. That makes it even worse. Benkai is now the only player remaining, and he can't get anything done. No room to breathe on the B-bomb site, and Mouse Sports pick up a 3rd.
Yeah, that was just a bit of a kerfuffle there from Boot, trying to make their way out of apartments. Just too much utility, and the aim on Mouse Sports just too much as well. Woxic, he ran out of bullets, had to go for that reload. Well, he had 10 left, but with the MP9, you want a few more. You know what? You want the safety net as well. And 3 rounds already for Mouse Sports, off to a stronger start than what we saw them against Big. But Boot as well. They need to try to get damage done. Mouse looking for that mid-control yet again. Splashky swinging out solo, trying to feel himself. Unfortunately, all he's feeling is dead.
Yeah. He's feeling the touch of death on his shoulder. It's quite cold. Not that I know what death's like. Just spitball in there. Anyway, some damage still done toward Mouse Sports. Chris J and Carrigan both being dropped toward the lower part of half HP. Robs has taken a bit of a knock as well. However, with Divine not being able to do anything, eventually find the kill, and like there's small glimmers of hope right now for Boot, but it's slowly being trampled out. Chris J is quite confident in this peak to try and hold the line, and Ben Kyle walk directly on into it. Don't know if they know that Bobosaur is already out, but eventually it will be checked. Chris J out in the open, and Bobosaur misses the first shot. However, will realign, give himself another shot on toward Frozen. Doesn't work, and well, not really too much to show for Boot so far.
Not too much. Pretty much nothing at all. Except for Splashky with 2 kills, Bobosaur with 1. Everyone else having a bit of a snooze, it seems. It is a nice afternoon outside, so you can't blame them. No, just wanted to relax here in Australia. Unfortunately, they need to try to get the rounds on the board to win. And against Mouse Sports, you'd want to do it earlier rather than later. Like as mousesports a very good team at closing it out. Unfortunately, didn't see that earlier. But now Boot, all their eggs in one basket again. This time the basket will be A as they start to set up. Smokes all over the map. And they are going to start the contact out behind the smokes, but it's Woxic to hold.
Woxic through the smoke, maybe? I don't know what just happened then, but no information being given back toward Boot. And, wow, Woxic up within a shot and a half, but Splashkey manages to find one as well as Bobasaur. They've found a piece, but it's Chris J to trade back out. He does manage to get caught out reloading, and Chris J through the wall. Boot, that was a very confusing and hectic round just then.
Yeah, just back and forth. I think there was a couple of miss smokes thrown there by Boot as well. And then one smoke at A main just bought so much time for the rotation from Mouse as well. Everyone connecting, everyone doing their job, and getting 5 rounds on the board in a row. It's looking very one-sided at this point, Manic. But Boot, you know, they are on a bye again. AKs all across the board. We'll see if they are able to get much done as Mouse once again look for this mid-control.
Oh, that is a nice little bowling ball thrown in toward the pins of Boot. Doesn't really do as much damage as what it could have had it been a second later, but still just knocks them down to that kind of free chess piece area for Mouse's Orgs. Splashkey will find Woxic as an opening, and that's a nice start. Chris J gets caught out as well, so it's fallen apart for mousesports for a small moment. Got a 1-1-1 split, meaning that Boot really do have the upper hand everywhere that they go at this point. Frozen backs away to watch Rat Hole from Market. 2 players holding tight the awkward angle of ladder. And with Carrigan finding a frag back, they don't want to give him too much of an opportunity, but a nice shot from Alex will open up that A bomb site even.
Slow rotation from Mouse as well, as the bomb does make its way safely to site. 2v4 in a very rough situation for Mouse to try to bring it back for, but they know their angles, and Frozen going to get the damage done. There goes the bomb down on the ground.
Not again.
A second attempt for Boot. They will get it planted this time, but the damage is done as well. Frozen finishing off Alex with the molly. Oh no. And now it's a 2v1. Manic, what's going on? Boot just can't clutch it out. It is brought back to a 1v1. Carrigan versus Davey, and just playing with fire. It's Carrigan to extinguish it. What was that? 2 men down on the retake, and Frozen just popping off. What a retake from Mouse, as Boot can't find their first round.
How does Frozen make that work? I
don't
understand.
know.
That's a 2v4. Both players are at CT. There's a smoke in between it, and he finds 2 kills through the smoke, then jumps up on the CT to drop the last. And
while burning in a Molotov at the same time.
yeah, like what? Like, hello, question mark, please, help?
Confidence. It's something that they must not have had earlier against Big, rather. They both start with B.
Yeah,
just getting tongue-tied.
It's going to get you. It's going to get
Boot.
you. You watch, it'll get you all tournament long now. You're going to be getting it mixed up. A little bit of a muddle. But I'll tell you who's getting it mixed up. That's Boot. They have not been able to really do too much damage. I mean, that was the closest round I believe we've had. And it all came down to the 1v1.
Definitely their best opportunity to get around on the board. Unfortunately, you know, they are looking a little mixed up themselves, as they do seem to, they keep going to different bomb sites, trying to, you know, push and prod and see what they can find, try to find an opening, but they just can't. And now once again, we do see Mouse going for this mid control. Frozen just hiding in that smoke, looking to out-time Boot, but the rotation will come back out towards A, and as Frozen was very aggressive, he surely heard the rotation of the footsteps. He might have been blinded though, so that high-pitched ring from the flashbang might have just shrouded those footsteps. But now, once again, we are going to see just a basic old exec over towards A for Boot. We do see Chris J here on the AWP, and that is a dangerous thing to be running into as well.
Also, Rops is quite dangerous in this position because they haven't checked it. Fortunately enough, Benkai, he finds the timing on the peek out from Palace. All the players settle back down on that A site. They're not too invested in trying to take this right now, but Benkai finds the shot on the Chris J. They can't get any more done as Woxic coming through from CT. It's still Devi and Splashkey left in a 2v2. Voxic, however, getting very aggressive with that AWP, not really leaving much to the imagination, clearing out all angles, takes down Devi, and Splashski, he's going to have to try to pull this back. The smoke's down, the defuser's in, he cannot get past the first hurdle. And again, mousesports with a nice retake are happy to let Boot have that sight.
But not happy to let him have the round.
No.
7 in the bag, and what a strong start to the CT side. The only thing that could go wrong for mousesports at the moment is if they get complacent, if they stop trying and let Boot back into the game. But they are 100% controlling the momentum right now. You know, they might be losing sights and Boot might be getting bomb plants, but it's the rounds that count. The economy, pretty much in the bin after this round for Boot. Obviously, they have the round loss bonus they can buy every time they get a plant at this stage. But it's the fact of getting the plant and getting onto those bomb sites that they need to do. And all this noise over towards B has drawn out the rotation from Rops deep in CT, as well as Woxic off of jungle. At least they're more passive now. We're setting up for the retake. Frozen stuck under balcony, though. And with that flash, he will find first blood.
The support's already there. The cavalry is there for mousesports. Every time Boot feel like they've made progress toward a site, it's completely diminished. Ben Kai now just has to try and pick up. Like, what? Well, okay, Woxic, that's something that we do, is just jump out into the open across sandwich. But
going for the trick shot.
there's just so much confidence oozing out of mousesports, and this is definitely something we didn't get to see in that big game.
Oh, 100%. They just never got the ball rolling, and there's nothing but balls rolling now as mousesports, you know, just playing soccer on the field all the way down. But looking very lost. No matter what they're trying to do now, nothing is working. But always staying very aggressive. They're not going for late round hits. They're not going for mid round hits. They're just going for early round, you know, map control, and then maybe using some utility to try to get something else and just being slowed down by mousesports. But oh, there you go. That's just what they need. Benkai popping off with the deagle.
They win this. Of course they're going to win the pistol. I'm calling it. If anything they're going to win, it's going to be the pistol.
Probably.
Chris J gets traded out. So far, so good, but I mean, there's no armor on toward Boot. However, they're doing so much. Oh, that's going to absolutely dunk on Ben Kai. If he'd hung around for a second longer, that could have gotten a lot worse. Frozen expects it, but look at the positioning from Boba. Unfortunately, he loses his comrade.
He loses the bomb.
And the bomb.
Yeah.
Didn't even notice. Pew pew. Bye-bye.
Other side of the map. Not where you want the bomb to be, especially when you have a free B site for a moment, but not a free engagement, as Carrigan was all over that one, reading him like a book, shuts him down, taps him on the head with the M4A1S, and that is 9 clean rounds for mousesports. The economy just bubbling away. 2 men over 10k until they've bought. And Chris J, just like that's back down to 2.5. So there is an opportunity for Boot if they do keep the, you know, pressure on the economy, like getting the damage done in the rounds. But then they need to win.
Yeah.
They need to win. And that's the problem. They're not winning the rounds.
It seems like they've got like this general consensus of what they want to do, but they're just being punished so much at this point, and it's, I don't know. It's hard to see because Boot, they're not a bad team per se, but when you're coming up against mousesports, it's just a whole nother level. And
Well,
like, mousesports have only been together for 12 games, make that 13 with the one with Big, like this exact roster, but like they still seem so comfortable.
and the problem is as well is it's the lower bracket, and it's not looking like mousesports right now deserve to be in the lower bracket.
No.
So obviously firing up just when it's needed. They are going to have to make a big, long lower bracket run if they want to make it to the quarters over on Friday. It's Chris J now with the AWP, having words with Splashki, who is not having anywhere near as good of a game as he did earlier on this morning. But now Boot, they've got the man disadvantage yet again. Frozen just covering Con, waiting for something to happen. Looks like the boost will be coming out, but he's not going to spot it. No one in window either. But Carrigan seems to be aware. Wrapping around. 1v1 right here, and he spots the cross. Bobosaur making his way to jungle. Frozen takes down Alex, though. That's the bomb down in Con yet again. And Bobosaur walks with his back facing Rops, and that's not what you want to do in a situation like that. 10 rounds in a row for mousesports, going past the usual iffy round of 8 or 9, where you usually at least lose one. But Boot still unable to connect the dots, unable to figure out what they need to do to get on the board.
Yeah, they're struggling so hard to finish that donut off and get to that one. Just all they want to see is one stroke. Just not a connecting stroke, just one stroke. They just want to get a round on the board because you can work with a round on the board. You can start to make momentum, but so far it's all mousesports, and it looks like it was never in doubt. Chris J with the opening on the Bobo and onto Splashkey. The spacing for Boot not exactly there, but Devine and Benkai, they both trade out.
And all catching that nade perfectly. It's IEM Sydney, not the actual Ashes. 2v3 still. As Chris J just waiting, knowing Devi is stuck there at Tetris. And he's not going to put the pieces together. Cannot retreat as Benkai still just waiting to try to punish anyone at stairs. But the patience is dwindling thin. And now that smoke goes out as well. That bomb in the vision of all of the CTs. So not a lot that Benkai can do unless he pops off as the smoke starts to fade. Trying to act like he's not there, but mousesports, they just definitely know.
There's no information being given anywhere else. Like, it's done and dusted. There's no noise coming from anywhere else on the map. They're just like, you know what? We got you. Like, you come from CT, cool. Go to CT. Make your time to make your way all the way around. But the double AWP setup for mousesports has worked an absolute treat in that round, and with 11 on the board, it's just getting so far out of reach for Boot. It feels bad.
It does feel bad, but, you know, if they don't deserve to be here, then they don't deserve to be here.
That's
so
correct.
mousesports are going to teach them that the hard way with a back-to-back 16-0. You heard it there first.
Okay.
Maybe.
Possibly.
Maybe. Very ambitious calling it this early. But, you know, if this is what Mouse looked like on Mirage, then what are Mouse going to look like on Train?
Yeah, this is very true. What is that from Splasky? Hello? What? How has he done that?
He woke up.
He's plugged the mouse in and now he's ready to go. They nearly line up. He finds a third for the round. That could have been devastating. And on the back of Splashkey's monstrous effort, it's given them a chance, but Carrigan's having none of it. The bomb's been caught out in the open. Defi's going to have to hit some nutty shots. Okay, that's a good way to do it. But Rops has already made his way out toward triple. He's just going to wait for Devi to make the move across toward the bomb. And what was a very hype round for a second from Splashkey might turn into anything but. Devi needs to hit this shot with a D. That is getting dangerously close. Rops playing with fire, but eventually finds the kill.
Playing with my emotions as well. What's going on here? Why are Boot buying anything but Deagles? That's what I want to know.
Right? Like
after that.
What's going on there?
First bullet accuracy, you know, it's great sometimes.
Let me just...
Boom, boom.
Oh, you love to see it, and you hate to see it at the same time. Like, look at that. They almost line up. Like, that is a God's gift at your feet.
Splashkey just throwing his weight around everywhere. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of weight to be thrown around after he picked up the AWP. Imagine if he was gifted the collat straight after it as well. 4 kills within, like, 3 seconds. That would be disgusting. Anyway, theorising, the fact is, it's still set up for a 16-0 mousesports, even though there was only 1 remaining in the final round, the previous round, rather. Boot, they are on the rifles again. And off to a red-hot start as Devi finds one over the smoke. It's going to be frozen as well. They hit straight back. But now he's, very aggressive. Look at this, the punishment, the sneakiness. What a bloody criminal. Gets back to safety as well.
Oh my God.
Woxic with the punish. Benkai will take them frozen eventually, but it is a 2v2. So, look, let's believe. Let's pretend that Boot are going to win this round.
Okay. Boot are going to win this round.
Ooh.
There we go. But Woxic's there as an insurance claim, but didn't cash in.
Ooh.
Bulbasaur got tagged up, but didn't fall. Benkai now in the perfect position. Does Woxic read it? I don't know whether he expects him to be there. First round on the board. Yeah, boys.
We don't have to play pretend anymore. They've actually done it. Rip the dream. I shouldn't have called it. 12-1. No 16-0s here today, Manic. Boot finally taking a map. But can they make it 3? I'm not too sure. The economy, look, 1 win after all that damage is going to send mousesports economy into the bin. If they can string another together, the Mouse won't be able to buy properly into the last round of the half. And I wouldn't say it's a problem. They've already got 12 CT-sided rounds, and I can back them on their T side to go absolutely huge as well. But now here we are into the 14th round. As Boot, they're just going to play more passive than we have seen them as well. 2 towards back apps, 2 towards top mid, and 1 at Pal. Just playing that default, waiting to punish the aggression, which mousesports has shown many a time in this half so far. But Mouse just playing that 2-1-2 setup as well, just waiting for anything to happen.
Yeah, this setup across toward A has been working an absolute treat with Woxic playing from CT on that AWP. He's just been a bit of a gatekeeper in toward mid as well. Constantly moving around, never giving Boot a moment of kind of rest, never allowing them to set themselves, and with that, it actually looks like they have. I mean, they've taken a fair bit of time to make their decision here. Some noise made in toward top middle, but the problem is no one was watching top middle. That top middle smoke now gives away that they weren't already there. Like, it's a little bit of a tell. And with this, the hit will come in. Woxic will be holding. He's got the support of Rops as well.
Full AXE, but Rops, he's just got full control of Palace. That's all it takes. 1 kill onto Benkai. Woxic as well, holding strong, going for a repeat. And again, you can see that confidence oozing through the cracks. But it's going to be Rops to find himself a second, as does Woxic. Frozen, 1 to go. As we head into the final round of the half, that was just clinical from mousesports, shutting everything down that Boot tried to pull.
And it's not like anyone from mousesports is lacking.
No.
Like, you know, like it's not like you can be like, oh yeah, but you know, Carrigan's getting carried or Frozen's getting. No one is getting carried right now. On every site, one of these players have had a huge individual performance.
Look at that. Carrigan's only died 3 times this half.
Like, please, hello, what? Like, stop it. That's not right. Like, you don't just do that. Oh, Woxic's baited it out as well. He hasn't hit the shot though. He does go fully flashed, and so too does Frozen. Look how many flashes are coming over in toward middle and B. Chris J can't get anything done, but now Carrigan, he's got the line, can't find the shots on the splash ski. Mac, they're going to give themselves another round here.
Splashki with the perfectly timed crouch there straight under the spray. But it's Benkai to take down Woxic, and all of a sudden, Frozen and Rops, it's a 2v5 that they're trying to win. Got to a 2v4, Nade, and Rops is just going to spray Splashki straight through the wood there. Although Rops last alive, now 1v3. Alex, beautiful shot there into market. But Rops is going to opt for the AWP to try to get rid of that Apps player. But the Apps player has come down with the boys on site. And once again, he's going to try to find another rifle running around. There's 28 bullets in this one, so it was a good one to pick up. But now Boot, they're just going to play the timing game. Looking to stay alive. They hear all the footsteps. There's the swing from Bobosaur, but once again, it's going to be Rops. He's running out of time. He's got himself the kit, but he cannot get the defuse off. He's nowhere near that bomb, and that's 2 rounds for Boot as they head into the CT side.
That's right, and we will see the CT side just after this small break.
Dreaming big and aiming high. Name the clouds passing by. Wishing we run away. All we need is our passports, baby. Leave the rest in our troubled minds. Let us go down and left her, baby. Trying to figure out what we're after. We're never heading back until we're older. We couldn't care no more, not any longer. Under peach yellow skies, we keep on searching, but we will never know what we're after.
Champions of ESL
13-2 kind of stomp at this point, and it is ouchie. That's the only words I've got for this. Boot have been met with the boot of Mouse Sports. It's gone right up the clacker, and they really haven't. It's the sticker. They haven't been given any opportunity to move here, Mac.
Well, hopefully moving is what they start to do as they get onto the CT side. You know, these Asian teams do like a bit of aggression sometimes. You could see early on that it definitely wasn't working for them, but they were going for those early round plays time and time again. But now, are they going to get aggressive on the CT side? Do they just hold? I'm not too sure. It's going to be Mouse that will pretty much set the tone of the game. You've got Carrigan, who's gone for the Deagle, the full BM. I love it. I love to see it. Chris J with that utility as well. And it's Carrigan with the Deagle over towards A, so he's going to go dry, looking for any information he can get. He's just... Oh, has he pulled the rotation, though? Not just yet. The remen from Boot still over towards that B site, but can he get the pick? Taking Alex down to 54 HP, but he's the only one spotted. And Boot, they're going to go for the gamble. They're just stuck in the concrete over towards that B site, but here's the pick, and Mouse can still rotate back if he gets the second as well, which he's almost about to do. Knocks Alex down to 6 HP, and now that's drawn out the rotations. But still, Boot second-guessing themselves, going straight back to B as Bobo gets all the information.
Doesn't get the kill, though. The CZ wasn't enough. Devi hitting a nice shot on toward Woxic, which now opens this fight up a little bit, but that shut me up real quick. Frozen with 2, and Carrigan, who did all of the damage to start with. Like how frustrating.
I love it. The Deagle bite, you don't usually see it, or you generally will drop it to someone with armor, but he's just gone balls to the wall. That's it, straight out at 8. Nothing stopping him except the CTs, which couldn't punish him for not buying armor. So that's 14 rounds now for Mouse Sports, looking to close it out nice and early. Boot, they're going to force because, well, let's face it, there's nothing else really to do at this point. They need to get the damage done. They need to get these rounds on the board if they want any chance of staying in the game. And Alex, here's some aggression early on towards A, but with that smoke off the back wall as well, it will signal Mouse Sports that he is very close to a main, but a flash from the T straight through the smoke, and it's going to be Carrigan to draw first blood again.
Nice little pop flash for him to make his way in as well. Problem is, Booted's still doing damage to Mouse as they make their way in. They haven't even hit the site yet. The smoke's going to start to fade in a small second. There we go. And that now opens this up into raw aim duels, which at this point, you don't want to be walking into the Deagles of Boot because we've already seen how much damage they can do. Devi and Benkai both finding one apiece, but with Rops now starting to clean on up, he's just doing the duties that are Rops. Devi trying to hit a shot from connector, but it's not really going to work. Devi with a fast as lightning peak. Doesn't hit the shot, but bomb goes down. Both players on a collective 8 HP, Mac. This is done.
It's pretty much done. There is some form of opportunity. I don't think it's much, as it's going to be Rops just finding the 2K right at the end. 4K for the whole round as we head to potentially the final round of the match. Only 18 rounds into the game.
Yeah, crazy, right? Well, you'd say it's crazy, but you would also say that you expected this from Mouse. You know, like I feel like that game against Big really got them kind of fired up. They, you know, like they got sick of watching what was going on and the fact that they brought it so close but then got taken out right at the last second. They've kind of, I don't know, I feel this is not even their final form yet, Mac.
Oh, definitely not. There's every opportunity for them to make, as we said, the low bracket run all the way through. They are that kind of team that can stick to their guns and make it happen, especially when the pressure comes down to it. Very, very crucial, but it looks like it's going to be Alex with the UMP. Can't get the damage done. Carrigan superior with that SMG. As Rops as well takes down Splashkey. That's the 2-man advantage. And Benkai getting very aggressive towards top mid as well. Lots of information for him. Mouse Sports all the way over to A. Just death balling their way. Throwing their weight around. And it's going to be Bobo's Saw to do as much damage as he can, but with a Deagle and a Dream. But Dreams are made to be broken. And that is 16 rounds for Mouse Sports, with Boot only finding 2 on Mirage.